Hello, this is Johnnie Taylor, Lexington City Manager, welcoming you to today's episode of Queuing It Up. Today I have a special guest with me, and her name is Tracey White. And just to give you a little bit of information about Tracey, Tracey was born in Tennessee, but moved to Lexington when she was 7 years old. She graduated from Central Davidson High School, then went on to earn her accounting degree from Appalachian State University. After one tax season, she began working for the finance department of the city of Lexington. She eventually transitioned to the natural gas department, managing their financials, budgets, and all accounting functions. Tracey then moved to utility services and moved up to utility services director. Tracey has served the city of Lexington and the community for 31 years. Tracey, welcome to the Queuing It Up podcast.
Thank you, and thank you for having me today.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. So we're gonna get right into it. First of all, how would you explain what the Lexington Utilities is to our residents? Utility services.
Lexington Utilities runs four major utilities, electric, water, sewer, and natural gas. And the Utility Services Department is a function of those utilities doing all of the shared services for those departments. Lexington Utilities isn't just utilities, it's your neighbors, serving the community, and creating jobs and all kinds of services for the community. And the employees aren't just utility employees, they are your coaches, they're your volunteers, they serve in the community in all kinds of different ways, not just when they're at work.
Oh, that's great. We get a lot of questions since we moved into the city center building. And want to ask you just, what have been the benefits for Lexington Utilities of moving to this particular facility?
Well, I think it's synergized a lot of the services across the utilities. We have our customer care department here, our billing department. We also have communications, we have marketing, we have all of the utility directors located in this building. We have our key accounts reps. And so a lot of the functions that were spread out along the city are now here, and which helps us work together, share ideas. It also brings us together. So if a customer has a question or needs help, they come here and we can get them that help. And along with the utilities, we have human resources and some of the fire staff in this building.
Wonderful. Things always change, and that was one change. But another change is the fact that we have updated the ways that our residents are able to pay their utilities bills.
Yeah.
And so, one of the things is, what are those particular ways and for residents to make payment?
Well, we still have the kiosk. We have two located here and one still located at City Hall. So you can still come in on the kiosk. You can pay with cash, check, debit, or credit cards at this time. And very soon we're going to be adding tap to those machines, and you'll be able to pay with Apple Pay and Google Pay. You can pay by phone. You can pay auto pay. Auto pay is a great way to pay. You set up the account online, and it just automatically drafts your account or your card when the payment's due, so you don't ever have to worry about remembering the due date. You don't have to worry about getting late fees or disconnect notices or anything like that. We have a brand new box on West 2nd Street. It's right near the mail receptacles, the post office boxes. You can drive right through, never have to get out of the car, drop your payment, and roll on without stamps or anything else. And then, of course, you still can pay by text has come back. And if you sign up for that, you can pay and receive your bill by text. And then, of course, you can still mail your payment in. Just realize that when you put it in the mail, we can't control when it arrives here.
Yeah, that's important. I know we've had some challenges with some of those mail-in payments. Maybe the person sent them at on a certain time period, and they just didn't get in time.
Yes.
And so, by no fault of our own, they've had some challenges. Also, recently, there have been increases to our water and wastewater rates. And if you could tell us why those particular rate increases are important for the Lexington Utilities.
Well, on a regular rotation, we have outside firms do rate studies to make sure that we're not overcharging or undercharging our customers. One of the things about Lexington Utilities is we have been around for a very long time, and a lot of the infrastructure that's at the ground is aging, and a lot of the infrastructure at the plants are aging. And you can't just leave that stuff out there indefinitely. You have to update it. You have to make sure it's safe, that it's not going to have leaks or breakages. And also in the water and wastewater world, there's a lot of federal and state mandates that require you to upgrade certain items, to upgrade certain equipment, and we have to meet all of those. So that increase will help us do that. And along with that, the increase allows us to now qualify for certain grants that will help offset those payments.
That's great to know. And oftentimes, for those that may be watching, those mandates are unfunded mandates.
They are. They tell us you have to do it by a certain time, and they don't offer us anything to get it done.
Exactly. So, I get calls from time to time, and I'm sure you probably get more than I do from residents who ask about our process about the disconnect and reconnect for services. And either when moving or making changes to their utilities accounts, what is that process?
Well, you can either do it online or you can come in, but either way you have to, we have to have your ID, we have to have your social security number to do credit checks, and then we have to have either proof that you own the property or that you're legally leasing the property. That way somebody can't come in and connect or disconnect utilities in someone else's name or when they don't have authorization to be at that residence.
Yeah, and I think sometimes maybe our customers may not realize that a lot of these things are actually for the protection.
Oh, it's absolutely for their own protection. One of the big things in the world right now is identity theft. And so, unfortunately, we need our customers to prove they are who they say they are, not because we don't trust them, but because we are trying to protect their credit and their identity and the things that people are going to do with that information.
Sure thing. All of us have goals. So when you come in the morning, what is your goal as utility services director on pretty much any given day?
Well, our biggest goal and my biggest goal is to serve our citizens, to ensure that our customers receive accurate, effective, efficient service, that their bills are correct, that they get the answers that they need in the quickest and most customer service friendly way that we can. And that's our goal for our customers is to not make their life harder, but to get what they need done in an accurate and timely fashion.
Okay.
And then I have a group of employees who their job is to work for the utilities, and some of their roles are very important to making sure that our utility workers go home safely to their families every day. So that is very important.
Yeah, that is, and they do a great job dealing with all of those various roles and responsibilities. I would like to ask you right now, what is it that you think that residents may not know about Lexington Utilities and some of the things that maybe we do?
I think they do understand that we own electric, water, sewer, and natural gas utilities. I think what they probably don't understand is what all it takes to run those utilities. I think they see the linemen, the gas workers, the water and sewer workers in the field, and they understand what they're doing. But it takes an additional crew of almost 50 people to make everything run smoothly. We have an enormous amount of software and technology that we use. We have software that our citizens use to do move-ins and move-outs for our utilities, to pay their bills, we have problem reporters that they're able to go out and find potholes or area lights out or street lights out and report different things to us. We have technology that our employees use to keep up with the jobs that they have been assigned, to cost it out, to do all that. And it takes a technology team to keep all that up and running smoothly, and 16 softwares talking to each other seamlessly. We have a GIS team who does all the mapping so that our utility workers know where the pipes and the lines are underground, so when there is a problem, they can find it and repair it more efficiently and quicker than having to go and try to dig it up and find it and figure out where everything's at. We have, of course, customer care. We have billing. They're pretty familiar with those activities. We also have a locating team who, if you're going to do work in your yard, or our utilities are going to work on their lines, they go out and mark the lines so that nothing is damaged during your project at home or during what we're doing out in the field. We have a warehouse that is required to keep all of the materials here, so if anything breaks, goes wrong, needs to be installed, that we have everything they need. We have a communications team who does videos, does social media, does advertising, and lots of different things, so our citizens and our customers know what's going on, what events we have coming up, or if there do happen to be outages or damages or repairs or projects, that they know what's going on. And then we have a key accounts team that deals with our larger industrial and commercial customers who make sure that we have a good relationship with them, because without them, that's jobs for our community, taxes for our community, and all that other stuff. One of the other things that I think our citizens don't realize is that it does benefit them to own a local utility. Unlike our privately owned utilities, we are very active in our community. We're active in the schools, we're active in local organizations and community events, and also we help keep their taxes down, where a private utility would pay a dividend to stockholders. We pay a dividend to the general fund, the area of government that helps with fire, police, street, and sanitation. And so without owning a utility.
Yeah, that's important to note. I've been amazed at how many different events I've gone to around, and I look and they say sponsored by Lexington Utilities, and I'm like, well, we are participating and contributing to the community. It's not just providing the power, the gas, or the water. We're also an active partner for the betterment of the community. So I know we've got projects going on right now where we're trying to improve some things. So what improvements do you see that the city benefiting from decades from now based on what we're doing?
Well, I think across the utilities, not just within utility services, but the utilities in general, we are constantly trying to find ways to make our utilities safer and more reliable. So projects such as a new delivery station for the electric department, new reclosures for the electric department, a new tap station for gas, updates within the plants and in water and wastewater. That allows us to have redundancy in the system at times. It allows us to be able to put out more electric or more gas, and what that does for our customers is that when we do have an instance such as a hurricane or an ice storm, we're able to move power around, so less people are out. They're out for shorter periods of time. It just makes our system more reliable, and that's what we want for all of our customers. We would like for them to never have an outage. That's not realistic with weather and trees and car accidents and just different things like that. But the more we add to the system, then the more reliable it is. And I think also, like we were talking about earlier, there's lots of technology involved in the utilities. And the more technology that's involved, the more accurate our information can be, the faster we can get information to the customers. such as the AMI meters, like that our water department is installing now, and our gas and electric are looking to install in the future. That gives our customers, immediate information. So if all of a sudden you have a toilet that's leaking or a water line that's broken underground, a lot of times that'll take you a month or two to find. You have to wait for your water bill to go up. But with the AMI meters, immediately you can get a text, you can get information that says something has happened that's caused your usage to go way up. And so that helps us, and that also helps the customer.
Well, that's great to know. I've been really impressed with how we use technology and all the efforts that have been made to take us to the next level and to provide better service to our residents, our customers. And I want you to know we also are grateful that you have taken the time to be here on Queuing It Up today.
It's my pleasure.
We've gotten to the last question, and we both survived it. But I do want to say I appreciate all of the effort and all of the great work that you do leading this work group, and you're definitely a valued part of our team, and we just appreciate your commitment to the city of Lexington and its residents. So, to learn more about Lexington Utilities, visit lexingtonnc.gov. Go to the Utility and Services tab and visit the various department pages listed under Utility Information. For updates on future episodes, follow us on Facebook at City of Lexington and on the streaming platform you're listening to this episode on. If you learned something new and got some value from this podcast, leave us a review or a thumbs up. We will see you on the next episode of Queuing It Up.